Hello, beautiful people of the Charmed Persons family. You're all family to us. Oh, welcome to Curse of Strahd. Announcements first and foremost.
This is my favorite part of the show every time.
Yes, I'm so good. I'm so good at announcements every time. This Sunday, Campaign 3. Join us.
No, it is. He's fucking with you. He's being an asshole.
This Monday, Talk With Me. I can safely say it's going to be the best Talk With Me episode ever. So join us for that. And a week from today is episode 2 of Monster Hearts sophomore year. I am a cast member there in that show. It's very, very fun. I look forward to it a lot. It's fun to be teenagers. Okay, that's it. We're done with announcements.
I just need to address real quick. Did you actually take my permission away to post in this thread?
No, I did not. I did not.
Then why do I not have the ability to do so?
Then I did it wrong. Sorry. One second.
That's okay.
We do have one more announcement, man.
What?
The Discord. We should talk.
Oh,
Discord.
yeah. We have a Discord.
Great.
What's it called? Charmed Family.
Which is why you're all family.
Yes, you're all family. If I believe in the chat, we will have a link to that Discord
The
occasionally.
link is being put in the chat right now.
Wow. What do you know? You can speak something into existence. Thank you, Moobot. I don't really know what that is, but thank you.
Okay, so try now. Try now.
Okay, you two deal with this on your own time.
It didn't. Whatever happened, it didn't work.
Okay. Curse of Strahd. Last time on Curse of Strahd,
Oh god, I'm so nervous.
party of Teddy, Sal, Gabe, and Petra, their journey to Barovia, their chance to free this cursed world of its influence and its evil, came to an abrupt end, like so many people have ended here in Barovia in years past. And in fact, as we start, we see the Abbey where it happens. We see Lorcan, Finger of Oblivion, the archdevil that took the party down after being released from being bound in the spell book of Sal, fled, flying into the sky to wreak havoc elsewhere. Lying dead on the ground, we see Petra. Her servitude to the Morning Lord could not help her in the fight against Lorcan. We see Oz, new to the party, heroically entering the book to try to save a person he does not know in Sal, but failed as well. We see Sal clinging on to Piddlewick in his demonic realm as it literally closed around you into nothingness. And Teddy, using your Vistani nature to flee, to save yourself, knowing that your friends are dead behind you. We see an hour after a little girl walking up the slope of the mountain up to the Abbey, Arabelle. We see her walk into the main corridor of the Abbey, and we zoom out as her cries of anguish are drowned out by the howling winds of the skies of Barovia. We see the valley as it was, with 2 large mountains flanking the trees in the middle, looming like gargoyles. We see far in the distance Castle Ravenloft, standing on his ramparts, looking over his domain. We see Count Strahd Bonzarovich, who sneers in anger, no longer trying to be lenient. And we see the snow begin to fall. Blankets the entire valley. Perpetual winter has fallen on Barovia. The snow clings to everything, almost like an anxiety that you can't quite get rid of. And the years pass in Barovia. Here in this valley, sometimes it feels like things take forever to change, but sometimes change is brutal and drastic. But we start in almost 10 years later in the Vistani camp near the banks of the Lake Baratov. We see the Vistani camp, which was once that we saw full of vibrant colors and jovial music and people high on life, but now is empty and sad. The people mourning what they once had, the snow on top of their tents, pushing it down, destructive everywhere. But there is one sign of life here in Barovia, at least in this location, because we see, kind of bounding through the snow into the camp, we see Arabelle, who is now 18 years old. No longer the 8-year-old kid that we had seen before. Of course, before she was vivacious and alive and mature for her age, but now in her young adultness, she has really grown into her stature as a leader of the Vistani. We see her run over, and hear her say, "Dad, I'm going out." We see her father, Luvash, the leader of the Vistani, older than we last saw him, gray hair, the laugh lines on his face have kind of dwindled away into just wrinkles now. And he looks to his daughter and he says, "Arabelle, you must be careful. The Vistani people are counting on you now that Madame Eva is gone." And Arabelle says, "I know, Dad. I'm going to be careful, I promise." And Luvash kind of shakes his head and he goes, "Oh, right. I know that I can't keep you. Go." Arabelle runs over and gives her father a hug, and she trounces away in the snow through the thick woods, the trail now completely covered, but she's been down this path many times. She comes to the edge of this town of Valaki. What was once a great city, the largest in the valley, is now reduced to nothing. The walls that were around it are broken and destroyed. The town itself inside is burnt and destroyed. There was whatever riots happened many years ago, most likely took the city with it. But Arabelle, undeterred, finds her way through one of the cracks in the walls and finds her way into a cemetery on like a far edge of the city. The cemetery, barely used, does not look like anyone has been laid to rest here in many years, but she climbs her way through some of the headstones and she calls out, Proxy, where are you?" And she looks over to see Michael. Can you describe your character?
Wow. Okay, sure. What you, I guess no one would see. What the viewer imagination? I don't know how to do this. What is D&D? You would see a young man in his early 20s. He's pretty short, about like 5'8", but just really skin and bones, kind of almost gray skin, very, very pale, sunken eyes with dark circles. His limbs are just almost slightly exaggerated. His fingers are just a little bit too long. His smile gets a little bit too wide. He's wearing a suit that's made out of like a bunch of other suits. It's very patchworky, put together. And he is currently, I think, pressing his face against a tree and like looking through like a knot in the tree hole, like through with his eye, and being like, "I saw what you would call a squirrel in there, and I would like to be its friend, but that does not want to come out and say hello to me, and I'm very frustrated with it."
Proxy, you know that sometimes the squirrels don't want to have friends. So come on, I have something to show you.
Is it the squirrel?
She goes over and like takes your hand and
Ah!
drags you. All right, Proxy, I think I found it. I think I can do it. I think today's the day. Are you ready?
Yes. What are we doing?
Okay, I told you so many times, Proxy, but okay, she kind of leads you over to the corner where there is a standing mausoleum made out of stone, one of the few standing grave sites here in the cemetery. You have been here with her before because of the person laid to rest here. She heads into the dark, damp room of this tomb, and she says, all right, help me take off the cover of the sarcophagus.
Okay, yeah.
She's pushing it, and with your help, Proximus, she is able to push the cover off. And she says, all right. She looks down at the body laying there. She says, okay, I've got this. I forgot about this, but I've got this. It was a gift to me from a long time ago. She pulls out an amulet that is a sun on the horizon, the symbol of the Morning Lord. And she says, Proximus, do you know what this is? Do you know what this means?
No.
All right. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to know. You just have to help me. Make sure that no one is around and no one stops us, all right?
You got it.
Excellent. She takes the amulet out and she bows her head. She utters a few words of prayer. It is new to her, this type of prayer, but for the first time, Proximus, you can hear her prayers. Her words are of conviction rather than tentative. Yeah, maybe for the first time, she believes what she's praying, what she's saying. And you hear her mutter, Morning, Lord, I believe that you will come back to this land once more. And I believe because I was taught that by a person that I know you know very well. A person that I am lost without. Please help. And the amulet glows bright, like the sun itself is in this crypt. You have to shade your eyes, blinking from the incredibly bright light. But as the light fades and your eyes readjust, you see the eyes of Petra Tenebris open once more. Sophie, can you describe your character?
Yes. Petra's eyes open with a start. Her body is one that has been restored to a point of no longer quite being decay, but one that has aged for many years, entombed here. And she is withered slightly, and her clothes have aged and kind of tattered. There's still the slash marks from the demons that brought her down, and the fire that has scorched her clothes from the fight with Lorcan, still there, cleaned up somewhat as it was by Arabelle and the people that laid her to rest. So long outside of the sun. I have to get back.
Petra? Petra! Arabelle runs over and gives you a big hug. Are you all right?
I put my hand to her face, and it feels like the first bit of warmth that I've felt in a decade, as I come closer to the Lord of Light's blessing than I have in such a long time. And I look into Arabelle's eyes. I need a weapon. I have to kill him.
Oh, uh, okay, yes, of course. We can get a weapon for you, no problem. Proxy, do we have any weapons for Petra?
I'm Proximus. Hello.
Weapon?
Yes.
No.
I don't actually have a weapon with me. I do.
Okay.
I like try to stand up out of the stone crypt.
Arabelle kind of helps you, and she says, "Oh my gosh, Petra, it's been so long. I'm so glad you're here. Are you okay? Do you need anything? Need some water or?"
I'm like, yeah, my throat is like so dry. Like it's like sand. Like is the way my voice sounds right now.
She takes out like a water skin and she hands it to you.
Petra takes it, kind of ignoring it, like this is, I can, yeah, and starts to like try to like bless it into holy water. Like this is a good thought. More sword.
Okay. So my dad's going to be very angry if he knows about both of you. So, for now, we're going to stay here, but I'm going to go grab a sword for you. No problem. Okay?
Yes.
Arabelle leaves the tomb, leaving Proximus and Petra behind.
You're the first other person I've been allowed to talk to.
I can feel where he is. You'll help me. You'll help me.
Okay.
You need a weapon too. We have to find you a weapon, and we have to go now.
That's okay. I'm actually pretty good without the weapon.
And with that, we cut to, with that conversation maybe lasting a long time, we cut to a clearing in the forest. This, you can tell even from the tops of the trees of this forest that you're close by to Castle Ravenloft. It kind of sits way up on this pillar above. And we can see there is a campfire around and 4 people sitting near the campfire, 2 sitting and 2 others sparring with swords. We see the clear leader of this group standing tall amongst them. Eric, can you describe your character?
Yes, I am Ismark Kolyanovich. He is dressed fairly well, kind of with a purple overcoat with some gold designs on it. It looks like it may have been like sewn together a bunch of times in different places. Kind of shoulder length graying hair and a scruffy beard. Looks like maybe has been out in the wilderness a while. And just like gray eyes that he has. And that's about what he looks like. I think right now, yeah, he's the one sparring with Tom.
Yes, the young adult that you're sparring with is Tom, who is an eager kid that you have recruited from the village of Barovia, who used to be a librarian, but is devoted to you, Ismark.
And I think I tell him as I'm like coming down with my big great sword, like, Tom, I fucking told you 10 times you gotta lead with your hips when you fucking swing the sword. If you come at me again without leading with your hips, Strahd's men are not gonna take it easy on you like I do, buddy.
Sorry, Ismark. I'm gonna get it right. I promise. I'm gonna get it right. Can we just take a quick break? I'm a little out of breath. I'm a librarian, and I'm not used to this, but I will get it.
Yeah.
I promise.
Sure, we'll take a break, and I'll go to take a break, and then I'll come at him with the fucking two-handed overhand swing.
Roll an attack roll.
Okay, cool.
First roll of the new character.
Not great. What do I add? 15.
Okay.
He's a librarian. How high can his AC be?
Covered
You
in books.
you're maybe surprised at his reaction time, but you're still able to get your strike down, and he is able to deflect it for no actual damage, but he's looking you with fear and a little bit of admiration and awe.
I'll kind of grab him by the scruff and be like, "You think Strahd's gonna give you a fucking break?
No, he's not. He's not. I know he's not. I'll be better.
Go get some water." Well,
Um,
walk away.
You see the two other figures sitting near the fire. A older woman with graying hair and a grizzled face that has seen a lot of things in her age, wearing thick furs as you're sitting in the cold winter of this forest clearing. You would know as Yara. And she's sitting by the fire, and she looks over at the other man that is sitting there, and she says, Yevgeny, go forward some food and cook something for us. The boys are fighting. And the man, Yevgeny, who she is talking to, is very old, weathered man with also furs and dour face and a long beard. And he says, Yara, I am wolf hunter, not cook. And Yara says, Yevgeny, I'm going to smack you with the ladle. Now go get the food. And Yevgeny, he gets up and he trundles off. And Yara says, that was a good show, Tom. You seem like you are really coming along in your swordplay. She kind of looks to you, Ismark, like,
He's trying.
yes. Tom goes, yeah. I think sooner or later I'm gonna beat you one of these days, Ismark.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, kid.
Yeah, you're right. That was stupid. I shouldn't have said that.
I like the confidence though.
You hear a voice from the woods. Everyone found something. Yara kind of rolls her eyes, and they go over to where Yevgeny is. And you can see that Yevgeny is a seasoned wolf hunter and a tracker and survivalist of some sort. He has found a wagon that is broken and destroyed, buried in snow, looks like it has not been moved for many, many years. Probably would be difficult to find if Yevgeny wasn't so good at finding things. But he kind of uncovers part of the broken side of the wagon. And Ismark, you can see that on the side of this wagon, it says, Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders. And Tom goes, ooh, Carnival, that'd be cool. Probably, I guess it's not in session anymore.
Yeah, it looks like they might be closed.
Well, maybe there's something inside of it.
Yeah, I'll go check it out.
Okay, you dig around. The inside of this wagon is destroyed, and most everything of value is frostbitten, and whatever destroyed this wagon, it jostled everything inside. It's a complete disaster. But you do see that there are a couple of weapons, not silver, just plain short swords and some crossbows that have kind of survived. And one thing piques your interest, a small vial of potion that has this kind of luminescent green liquid. And on the side of it, there is like a note, and it says, drink this to gain strength you never knew you had. And then in parentheses, only in emergencies.
I'd consider this an emergency, right? And I'll look to the group. I'll take it off.
Yara goes, hey, wait, let me check for poison.
Yeah, sure, that's smart. That's why I keep you around. Thank you.
She like dips a finger and no poison. Drink on.
All right. I'll down it.
You chug this potion. The three others looking on and with bated breath. And Yevgeny goes, no one thanks Yevgeny for finding wagon.
Thanks, Evgeny.
Yara pats you on the back, and Tom goes, well, hopefully that's good, right?
Yeah, does it feel like anything, or does it...
No, you don't feel like anything, at least right now.
Yeah, it's surprisingly smooth for something that's been in a wagon for who knows how long.
Yara says, all right, let's go have some food. This brings you all back to the campfire, and we cut again. this time we see the steps of the Abbey, the very place where this tragic event took place. It is weird to be back here because this is where the story of our adventurers fell. Their motivations and their stories lost to time, but just a flicker in the minds of the people that were there to witness it. And one of those people walks up through the gates into the courtyard, surveying her surroundings. Kelsey, can you describe your character?
So Esmeralda Davenier is far more worse for wear than when the party encountered her 10 years ago. She is she's got an eye patch now, so that's very cool. And her hair is a lot longer and a lot more wild, and she is wearing similar style of clothing, but all very much just ripped and torn, and she's got a lot more scars around her face and whatever is exposed from her neck, but she's extremely covered at this point. Yeah, the eye patch is new.
As you kind of survey your surroundings, a little disoriented by this not only the vastness of this abbey, but kind of the quietness of it. Last time you were here, it was a cacophony of madness, but now all you hear is the faint sound of a violin. Kind of beautifully played melodic sounds coming from the main building of the abbey. The door kind of wide open, beckoning you inside.
She will go ahead and go inside, but very cautiously, as quietly and as carefully as she can manage, given her injuries.
All right, as you walk inside, you can see a very odd scene is taking place. You see, first of all, Cloven Bellevue, the constructed creature that the abbot made as a servant with 2 heads, a lobster arm, massive hands. He is playing the violin as another one of these kind of homunculus creatures, this one with fur on its back and large hands that look like that of maybe some sort of feline, and lizard skin on the other arm. And they're kind of tending to a wrapped up, seemingly human who's kind of standing up in the corner. Hard to make out the details because this person has wraps around their face, but this other homunculus is sewing the arm back on, like actively performing surgery. Cloven looks to you as you walk in. He eyes will open. He goes, you come to see our surgery. Please come in, come in.
She will step inside about 2 steps only and stand near the door.
The other homunculus goes, Cloven, should we put some fur on its arm? No, let's make him have a tail. Cloven goes, yes, tail, ooh, that's fun. What about you? Do you like tails? Points to you, Esmeralda.
Finish it as quickly as possible.
Okay. The homunculus starts sewing. Esmeralda, you can tell that this person is not dead. They are in a coma. And as morbid as it sounds, this surgery, this absurd surgery that these creatures are performing is actually keeping this person alive. It looks like they have bad burns over most of their body, and whatever limbs that they may have lost have been replaced, seemingly working, but they kind of stand there motionless. And both the monkeys stand back, and Cloven begins to play a beautiful tune on his violin.
She'll step forward to investigate. closer, like kind of walk up and look, and maybe even reach up if they'll allow it, and try to, pull back some of the wrappings around the face.
As you pull back the wrappings, you are, I think, stunned to see someone that you recognize. How they got here, you're not quite sure, but without a doubt, you know who this person is.
Leave him.
Okay. They take like 3 steps back, but stay in the room.
She turns and looks at them, and her eye is like sharp as glass. And she stands up taller and puts a hand on the hilt of her sword. I said leave him.
They both kind of squeal in fear, abject fear from you. They scurry out of the room, shut the door behind. You're now alone.
She turns back to the body, and what kind of equipment what kind of stuff is around here? Like, is there anything that I can do, you think, to...
There are like rudimentary surgeon's tools, like there's like a little saw and some scissors, lots of like gauze and wrapping and some like tape.
So...
but that's basically it.
Anything metal?
Yep,
Assuming
there's
there might be something
lots
metal.
of utensils.
So I think she would fashion some kind of metal piece and kind of walk up and have it in her hand, and she'll like pull on a glove to protect her own hand and use the metal along with a lightning bolt spell. And she'll come forward and step forward, and she'll place a hand on this creature's cheek for a moment. And she'll just be like, wake up. And then, like, right to the heart.
The electric jolt courses through this person's body, and they do wake up. Zach, can you please describe your character?
He is currently wrapped up in wrappings, and like almost like a mummy. It just burn scars all over and that have been covered, and he kind of like jolts forward and he looks down, and he's wearing a dark high-collared cloak, and probably almost as a joke, Cloven has kept a pair of black round spectacles that he has placed over the wrapped head, and you hear muffled from inside of the wrappings, Oz is back, baby! And I think he just starts laughing. And he's laughing at the hilarity of it all. He's laughing at the fact that, like, he was sure he was dead, and he thought it was all over, and just truly the absurdity of it. And he laughs for a solid minute, and then he kind of stops. Esme, what are you
Hello,
doing
Oz.
here?
Saving her ass.
Oh, I've never been happier to see your face. How long has it been?
We need to get out of here before we talk.
All right.
She looks back at the door like, are they coming back? Are they gonna stop me from taking him?
Sign of them right now.
Okay. Yes, we need to get out of here before these idiots come back.
My first mission already. I'm excited.
And I'll try to lead him out of the Abbey.
Wait.
Undetected if possible.
There's like a table nearby, and I kind of like wake up and like stretch, and you hear just like crack, 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 like a body that is not moved in about 10 years Cloven clearly didn't know how to take care of me. Just like blood from bandages from bed sores on the back of my limbs and back. The smell is probably atrocious. And I walk over to the table and I pull back a black cloak, and there are two shining pistols there, and I spin them and holster them at my sides. Okay, now I'm ready.
And you two make your way out of the abbey. Cloven and his homunculus don't bother you anymore, but as you leave, you can hear the baleful sounds of his violin playing and the crying noises of his baby head. And we cut ahead now a few more months to where this campaign really starts. We see Arabelle, Petra, and Proximus. You are sitting around a camp in the dead of winter. Arabelle has kind of moved some of the snow to reveal kind of soft, spongy mud, almost like marsh-like mud in this woods, as you are making your way to the town of Beres to cross off something on your to-do list, Petra. And Arabelle says, all right, it's time to wake up. I think today we're going to get to Beres, if my calculations are correct. Does anyone want some pancakes? No, I don't think you do. Either of you eat anymore, or?
Last time someone made pancakes.
Oh no, is that triggering a bad memory for you? I'm sorry. How about waffles?
Waffles sound good.
Okay. Proxy, do you have a waffle maker?
I've kind of forgotten. Everything that comes out of her mouth makes me feel sad, even when it's happy.
Oh no, don't be, we can't be sad. This is my promise to you all. We're not going to be sad while we're on this trip, okay? Promise. All right, excellent. Now, let's think of happy thoughts. Like...
Killing him.
Waffles, no? Waffles.
Small rabbits.
Okay, there we go, Proxy. Hey, Petra, check this out. I've been learning. She puts her hand on your shoulder, and the holy symbol glows, and she casts guidance on you. And she says, I am pretty proud of that one. Hopefully soon I can do a little bit more, but I don't know. I think you taught me well.
It feels good. The casting that you do through him, it feels like the sun touching my soul.
Oh,
my little sunshine.
Thank you. Yes, I'm glad that I can give this. If I can just be a small beacon of sun in this dark lands, then I'm here for it. Well, let's get going. It's difficult to travel through these woods in the snow, but we're three capable people, or some of us used to be people, but
Adventure!
yes, excellent. All right. Who wants to lead?
Me!
He's in this direction.
Yes, Proxy, maybe you shouldn't lead. No offense, but...
No, that's okay. I didn't know where we would be going. I just felt very excited.
Okay, good. That's the spirit. Excitement. Excellent. All right, let's head off on our adventure to Beres. And she starts skipping through the snow. You can tell... Actually, make survival checks, both of you.
Survival.
Did D&D Beyond take away the roll feature?
Shouldn't have.
You can roll in a browser.
23.
That's true.
This session not brought to you by D&D Beyond.
Clearly not. Clearly not.
You have to pay an extra $2.99 a month in order to roll.
Yes.
We're gonna start running anti-ads.
Yeah.
You have
There
to
we
pay
go,
$2
okay.
for each type of dice.
Yeah. I would not be surprised.
That is going to be a 9.
Okay. Proxy, you're kind of heading off in the wrong direction, and Arabelle kind of grabs you and pulls you back on track. Petra has some sort of innate feeling about where her priorities lie. And she's like a homing beacon in this moment, heading through the woods. And after an hour or two of travel, it's weird. You're heading into what's clearly marshland or a swamp, but it is filled with snow, completely snowed over, but there's still signs of life. You hear frogs and birds, snakes hissing, creek water babbling. You're running or walking down the side of the river Luna, and seemingly down here that has not been quite as infected by the snow. And Petra, you see up ahead what you would probably describe as a scarecrow, kind of sitting in the woods, kind of propped up on a wooden stake. Looks pretty human-like, with arms out, hay stuffed in the sleeves of this old jacket, eyes made out of buttons, leaning lopsided against one of the trees.
I think she
Level
would-
4 guiding bolt.
She would normally would have like walked in with a little bit more like scrutiny and trying to like have a bit more tact and stratagem coming into this space, but I think that coming out of the extended long rest that she's had,
That's a good way to put it.
she is one, a little bit foggy from that, and a little bit like uncertain of risk as it is, and so we'll probably walk right by it.
Right. You walk right by it as if it's not there.
Yeah.
Arabelle goes, "Oh, hey, this looks like a scarecrow. It's kind of fun."
What's the music in?
I'll like stand kind of mimicking the scarecrow.
Proxy, you look exactly like the scarecrow. She does it too.
Thank you.
This is fun.
Yes.
Petra, come stand like a scarecrow with us.
This is a waste of time. And I turn and keep walking.
Oh, Petra. Okay, you're probably right. As you continue through the woods, we cut. Ismark and his gang, also in these woods.
We're an entourage, not a gang, please.
Your entourage, yes. Turtle and the boys. I think that's his name.
Yep.
You are traveling down the river. You have lived in the Valley of Barovia your entire life, and you have only ever known Berez as a town destroyed that sits on the banks of the River Luna. But there is news about this town that has piqued your interest, especially in your newfound role as whatever you are to Barovia.
Yep.
As you're walking, Tom looks to you and he says, "Hey, Ismark,
Yeah.
do you ever think that we made a big mistake by leaving the town?"
No, we had to go underground. We talked about this.
Yeah.
The less Strahd can see us, the better.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Just like sometimes I'm like, maybe it'd be good to be in a house. And you were the burgomaster, so you had a pretty good house, but
Tom, I told you this wouldn't be easy.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry, I'm not complaining. I'm steadfast.
If you want to go back to that old life in that library, we can
No.
stop our training. You can go back there whenever you want.
No, I'm not. Luckily I took a lot of books. And he pulls
Good.
out his backpack and pulls out a book that's called Trees, 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 Trees.
What's that one about?
It's about trees.
Oh shit.
I kind of think, if we're in the woods, I should learn about it because I haven't really been in the woods that much. So
No, that's like fucking wicked smart.
yeah, you're right. Yevgeny goes, books, stupid.
Yevgeny, you can learn a lot from a book. All right.
Yara hits him in the back of the head.
Thank you, Yara.
Books are not stupid just because you can't read, Yevgeny.
Ah, shit! I didn't know you couldn't read.
I'm wolf hunter, not reader.
Everybody brings their own set of skills to this group. All right, so nobody's better than anybody else just because they can't read.
Wow, you're so wise, Ismark.
Thank you.
You hear a noise from behind. Two voices kind of echoing through the trees. You hear one person say, Eric, come on, we're almost there.
Eric.
You hear the other voice say,
Sarah, it's okay.
you hear the other voice say, Sarah, it's okay.
Hold on. I mean, Ismark doesn't. Okay. Everybody, shut the fuck up! All right, everybody, grab a bush.
Yevgeny is like in the bush.
Yevgeny, go get eyes on them. See what you can get from them.
He kind of sneaks away. He comes back a second later and he says, to a stupid people.
Matt, if this is actually me, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be a stupid person. Do you think? Did they look friendly? Should we let them pass by? Should we talk to them?
They friendly, but stupid.
All right, well, that could be useful. I'll go and try to.
You part through the woods, and you see two people that look nothing like you, Eric, Younglove, and Sarah.
Thank you.
But you recognize that they are citizens of the village of Barovia that you have left. A young couple married. They haven't been married for more than a year, and they look tired and desperate. They are not dressed to be trekking through the woods. They look cold and hungry and pale and look like they need help.
Do I know their names, or do I just know that they're from Barovia?
Yeah, you would know that they're Eric and Sarah.
Hey, Eric, Sarah.
Sarah goes, oh my gosh, please help us. Please.
Yeah, go get the fuck over here.
We need food. They kind of barrel over to you, both of them exhausted.
Yevgeny, give him some rations.
My rations.
Yevgeny, give him some rations.
Fine. Takes out some beef jerky. Yara says, okay, just sit down. You're okay. No need to exert any more energy.
Is it nighttime? What time is it?
You're early or mid-morning, I would say.
Okay. All right. I'll give him a blanket, whatever we have to warm him up a bit then.
Sarah says, are you also going to Barris?
Yeah, we are. You guys heading there?
Yes, we're heading there. I think we're so close. Please, can you help us get there? Once we get there, all of our problems will be gone.
How so?
Well, it's a sanctuary. Have you not heard? Is that not where you're going?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you can travel with us.
Okay. My friend went to Beres a few months ago, and I got a letter back, and she's telling me all the beautiful things that they have supper in the forest, and they're free to have whatever hobbies they want, and they're free from the influence of the devil.
Hey, look, don't believe everything you read, kid. All right.
Eric is basically silent, is just kind of like catching his breath. Yevgeny goes, all right, break time over.
Yeah, we do have to get moving, actually. You guys all right?
They both nod. Tom says, my name's Tom. It's nice to meet you. We're heading to Beres 2. He looks to you.
They already know that,
For-
Tom. We just talked about it.
But we're going for a different reason.
Oh, yeah, Tom, what reason are we going there for?
He's clearly panicking. To have fun.
Yeah, we're going to Bears to have fun, and you're welcome to join us. So let's get going.
They look at Tom a little confused, and you begin your trek now as a sixsome through the woods. Can you make a survival check?
Yeah, I think I'm proficient in survival. I am. That's going to be a 22.
All right. You can tell as you're trekking through the snow that the cold is beginning to dissipate a little bit, and you can hear voices through the clearing. And as you come to the edge, you can see a town. There are huts made carefully out of wood and straw that are constructed in streets, maybe 24. There's a giant house that catches your attention in the back that is carved and made from this large tree, with huge gnarled roots spilling out from the sides. There is a big barn or shed off to the side, and there are 20, 30 people here living. There's some sheep and goats in a pen off to the side. They're setting up a table with dishware and kind of fancy looking glasses. And you would notice that every person here is a female, is a woman. But you do see there's one person kind of near the edge of the forest that kind of notices you. And she says, newcomers to Beres, please. All are welcome. Please, we're about to have food. Come join us.
I'll just look over to Eric and Sarah and just be like, hey, look, it may not be what it seems, all right? Just stick with me, follow my lead.
Sarah runs past you and like takes the hand of this person.
Great.
And she goes, Lydia, oh, it's so good to see you. And they embrace and have a big hug. And they just go off together, leaving Eric behind.
All right. Well, Eric, I mean, maybe you should listen to my advice. Everything just, I don't know, do better than she just did. I don't know what to tell you.
He nods silently. Tom says, okay, I guess we're going to go.
Yeah, I mean, we're here to check it out, so we're going to check it out, Tom.
Okay. He whispers to you, how'd I do? Am I convincing?
No, but better than last time.
Okay, got it. Okay, he puts his book away. You step out of the edge of the forest, and more people come to welcome you. They're all wearing, some are wearing kind of suits, others wearing dresses, but all of them the same kind of magenta, reddish color. And they happily take you into the town of Beres. We cut. Esmeralda and Oz. You three are trekking through these very woods. It is mid-morning, like the rest, cold and dark. Your trip has been difficult, but your Oz at least led by Esmeralda's conviction to find something that she lost.
I stored it away. I didn't lose it.
She says to the world. Oz is looking, he still has those wrappings around him. But it looks like the bandages have been like changed and taken care of a little bit more. So he doesn't look his like gooey. But yeah, he still wears those wrappings. He has just kind of like a long black with some purple mixed in coat with the collar up, and he looks over and he says, "Well, if you didn't lose it, it sure is taking us a hell of a time finding it."
I know exactly where it is. Just
How
follow
close
me.
are we?
Shut up. We're getting there.
I look down at my side. Can you believe this?
And what was the third? Sorry, who's the third person with
The
us?
person I just talked to down at my side.
There is
You
a
look-
person there or not?
Oh, there
look
is,
down-
and I know who it is.
Oh no.
You look down to
No.
Oz's side and see nothing.
What the fuck are you talking to?
I'm talking to him.
There's nothing there. Oz.
Crazy.
He's lost it. He's lost it. It's fine. He's lost it. Of all of the people I could have run into,
The people don't understand. You have a great sense of humor, Esme. Oh, look at that.
Both of you make survival checks.
still pissed at you for the stealing of my things.
Ooh. 19.
That is a 15.
All right, Esmeralda, as you're listening to Oz talk to a person you cannot see clearly, still coming to terms with his newfound body,
Yep.
you can see through the trees little bright lights kind of floating. It's greenish light in amongst the branches of a tree, and it kind of darts a little bit as if sentient, as if like waiting for you to approach.
Hey, wait.
Ooh. Pretty.
So you see them too?
Yes.
So there's nothing next to you then, because we're seeing that together and you're only seeing this, I'm not seeing it.
You're not being very nice to him. Let's just skip past this.
I'm just focused on facts here, Oz, so please, just focus up. So we're gonna avoid this or what?
She'll apologize eventually. No, we go towards the shiny bright thing, and I start walking towards it.
Hey!
As you approach, it darts away as you get near. But where it was, Oz, there is hanging from the branches of this tree are almost like wind chimes, kind of dangling, but they are made out of like twisted yarn and string, and hanging from them are weird objects. Like there's some spoons, there are some like teacups, there are some dolls just kind of clanging around in the wind.
The
3,
dolls
4,
are always
5 of
bad
them.
sign. Always. We need to
Oh,
leave.
someone spooky's around.
We're leaving. We're leaving.
You don't want to say hi? Hello?
You're going to get us killed. Again, in your case.
I
Let us
didn't
hope
die. I was in a 10-year-long coma. Get it right.
We're basically dead, Oz. Please. Thank God.
You both hear a voice kind of cut through the thick trees, and you hear the voice say, "Petra, come be a scarecrow with us."
What?
I know that voice, right? Does Esmeralda know? Arabelle? Wouldn't know her older. Her voice probably changed.
Make an insight check. You do know Arabelle, but
I know
But
that
my
name
guess
though
is
for
her
sure, but
voice, but they didn't say, oh, you know the name.
I
I know
the name
Petra,
Petra.
though.
Yeah,
That's true. That is a.
unless it's a common
You
name.
said an
bro.
insight check? That's a night. No, not 19, 18.
yeah, obviously the name
Yeah.
Petra sparked your memory, Esmeralda, as well as you, Oz, and you recognize the voice.
Esmeralda's gonna start walking towards the voice.
Well, this is gonna be fun.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
No.
Okay.
I think that Oz is. I think that Oz is going to try to stealth like around and flank wherever she's heading. So like if she's just heading in a straight line, he's gonna try to stealth around and flank.
Okay, I'll make a stealth check. Meanwhile, Petra and Proximus, you see stepping out of the woods behind you, Esmeralda.
Stranger on road. Is that right? Is that what we're supposed to do?
Oh my gosh, Esmeralda. Wow, fancy meeting you here.
Familiar. You will help me.
Okay, what is going on here? Are you dead too, or what is going on?
Hi.
Which one of us are you asking?
Hello, you, Petra.
No longer. No, brought back
Oh,
for a
God.
purpose. So I can get back to the sun.
So I have 2 half-dead people. Oz! Where
Only
the fuck
two.
did you go?
I rolled a stealth 25, so I feel like that's probably pretty good. I'm assuming it's just Arabelle, Proximus, and Petra, right?
Yep.
I come out from like behind where you guys came from, and I say, well, 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 look what the heavens chewed up and spit out. Petra Tenebris. Long time no see. And I look at Esme and I say, it's just them, they weren't followed.
Followed by what?
I don't know, something spooky.
The imaginary thing that you keep talking to by your leg?
She'll be nicer, I promise.
I swear to God.
And I look over at you, Petra. You probably don't recognize me. I take off the wrappings, but there are ladies present.
Your voice is. You were there on.
Oh yeah, I saw you get burnt to a crisp right alongside me.
You died together.
Yeah.
At the Abbey.
Sal, not Sal, turned into a big red demon and killed us both. I saw Sal in hell, by the way. Looks like he was having a grand time.
That he could not be trusted. I had a feeling.
You will help me.
What do you want to do?
We have to kill him.
There's a
Kill
lot of
Scott?
hymns I want to kill. Maybe it's the same one and we got lucky.
The Strahd.
Strahd. Well, guess what, you son of a bitch? I'm in. And who are you, handsome?
Introduce yourself, Proxy.
My name is Proximus. You are very unnerving, and I don't know what to make of you.
Oh, I'm unnerving. That's easy. For you to say. My name's Oz. I have a lot more bark than bite, don't worry.
He is teddy bear underneath the scary things.
Oh, he has
so
a-
soft and cuddly.
He has inside of his body. How do you open yourself up and get the bear out?
I don't know. I'm willing to find out, though.
Wow, I feel really creeped out every time you open your mouth. This will be very much fun.
Oh, I like you too. This is gonna be a good time.
Did not say that I liked him.
I truly thought that I was going to be the weird one with the eye patch, and now here we are. So
Don't
Well,
worry,
this
Esme, you
was-
pull it off quite well. Not my type, but yeah.
This is fun. It seems like we're having a reunion, and it's good to see you guys.
Arabelle. All grown up.
you
You
are
remember
so much
me,
bigger.
don't you?
Do I?
I lived in the
I'm so-
Vistani camp with you. My dad cut my mouth really wide.
Oswald. You are gone. I thought you were gone.
Nope. Still here. Still alive and kicking.
Well,
Halfway.
it's good to see you.
Where's
I'm sorry
Piddlewick?
I haven't seen Piddlewick. I don't know.
Oh, sad. Sal's dying words to me were screaming out Piddlewick's name.
Oh, that's very sad.
I've held on to that for 10 years.
Are you okay? Do you need to talk about it, or
Oh, I'm A-okay.
I can
We
give you a
don't have time
Taroka
to
card
talk.
reading? Okay, yes.
No,
Where are we
We
heading?
don't have time. We are going to get the. Okay, so are we all working together now? Is that what's happening? Do I have a
Oh,
choice?
yeah.
Adventure!
Esme lost something. She can't find it.
I did
We've been
not
out here in
lose
the
it.
woods looking for it.
I did not lose it. I put it in a very particular place. I know exactly where it is. We are going to get it.
If you ask me, whatever she wants, you're gonna want.
Is it
Thank you, Oz.
a weapon?
Of a kind, yes.
Good. Anyway, this is a lot of time talking. We have to go this way.
Wait, are you dead too? And like Oz looks over at Proximus
Okay, everyone.
and just
Oh!
kind of like quickly puts that together. Are you dead?
I'm alive. I'm alive.
Oh, all right.
Proximus is alive. I brought Proximus to life.
Gotcha. You can
Okay,
use a little bit of vitamin
everyone is
D.
dead then. Oh, God.
Proximus? Airbud goes over to you, Proximus. I don't, Oz is a little bit coarse, but I think that he means well, all right?
I actually am really scared. He has a bear inside of him. And the bear cannot breathe. And I just don't know how the bear will survive much longer.
Don't
And
need to
it's-
worry about the bear, I promise. There's other things to worry about, perhaps, but the bear is like down on the bottom of the list.
But also, I just have many questions about his general demeanor. And is he like intentionally like, oh, I am so creepy, you will all be so scared of me? I just have so many questions. This is a very, what's the word we were talking about the other day? Overstimulating.
Yes, it is overstimulating. My dad would be so mad to see me hanging out with these people, which is so exciting.
Yes.
All right, we should go to Beres. We're close by. I can feel it.
Adventure.
Yes.
Is that where your thing is?
That is where we are going, yes.
Oh.
Wait. Where are you going to Beres?
Arabelle looks to Petra. I think Petra
You
is.
don't know why you're going to Beres?
Petra
He
has
needs a
a
weapon.
has a something to check off her list. Really quick.
Priorities. I am not quite whole.
Oh, you just came back, didn't you?
Someone has part of me in Beres.
There's no one in Beres. Beres is abandoned. That was the whole point of hiding the thing there.
Sounds like a good place to hide.
Okay.
Anyway, it's this direction. When I
Okay.
start walking.
Follow.
You follow Petra.
I come up and I loop my arm into Proximus's arm.
Do not touch me without consent.
and I pull back. Oh, I'm sorry. May I loop my arm with yours?
No.
Okay, and I put my arm like looped next to yours. I don't do it, but I just like put my arm next to you, and I just start walking next to you.
Oz, don't be stupid.
We're on an adventure together.
Oh my god.
Arabelle looks to you, Esmeralda, and she says, "All right. Of course, our adventuring party has become a little bit. What's the word to use? Unorthodox. So." Perhaps we should stick together.
Yes.
Good. Excellent. You are Vistani like me, and I've heard stories about you. I've always kind of looked up to you, so it's really good to see you.
Sure. Great. Yes.
Right.
You grow to be good, high, tall ladies.
Yes. I am pretty tall now.
Yes.
And pretty crazy. I am I guess, kind of the spiritual leader of the Vistani now, because Madame Eva is gone. So,
right.
That's been an adjustment for me.
So do I need to bow or something?
No. Please don't bow.
Okay.
People keep asking me for tarot card readings. There's this one Vistani. Name is Clive. He comes to me every day and asks for me for tarot card reading. And it's like, all right, Clive, every day you need a new reading. I just kind of make one up for him.
You need to start pretending that your head is full. You pretend that you are too overwhelmed. The spirits, there's too many of them. They'll believe it and leave.
That's so smart. I'll do that for sure. I told Clive that he was going to die in 2 months.
Is that true?
No, I don't know.
I could make it happen.
I don't. No, he's fine. He's annoying, but fine. All right, we should go to Perez.
After you?
Petra leading the way.
Can I talk to Proximus real quick?
Put my arm in your arm, please. Again.
I say, I know a lot of people around here, but I don't know you very well. What's your story?
I don't know you very well at all. And personally, you have ignored boundaries that I put in place. So I do not feel like sharing with you anything about me, myself.
What boundaries have I ignored?
I said, do not touch me without consent. And then you were like, okay, yeah, sure, I will not do that. But then you are like still up in my personal space and I still have not given consent. So I don't really know you. And also, what are the bandages? They look like they could smell. And is the bear a metaphorical bear?
Yes, the bear is metaphorical. Also, you told me not to touch you. You didn't tell me not to stand next to you. If you want someone to walk away, you just gotta look at him and say, walk away.
Walk away! And then, like, my jaw unhinges, my face becomes a little, like, skeletal, and then there's, like, tiny, like, beads of, like, green in my eyes.
Oh, I like you.
Okay, I do not feel the same way.
You'll learn. And I walk away.
Esmeralda, can you make an insight check?
Oh, most certainly I can. For you, anything. That's a 7.
Oh.
8,
Okay.
actually.
That doesn't help.
Yeah. What if
nothing
I lied and said it was a 12?
What if I lied?
What if I just said another number?
You should have lied before you told me you were going to. All right, you head.
I'm distracted by catching that horrifying thing out of the corner of my eye.
Eventually, Petra, you make it to the same clearing that Ismark had made just seemingly a few moments before. This kind of commune of people living amongst the swamp. The snow here is mostly gone. This is one of the few places in Barovia that seems like it's beyond the influence of the perpetual winter. You hear toads croaking and birds squawking. There are sheep and goats. Lots of people gathering around as if about to sit down for some sort of meal. There's a large table set up outside of this giant house made from the stump of this tree. And you recognize Petra. Well, part of you recognizes Ismark, Irina's older brother, who you briefly met when you first got to Barovia, sitting amongst these people, one of the only males here. But you are kind of hidden in the edge of the forest currently.
Unfamiliar. I do not see her. I do not see me. Hmm.
You're muted, Kelsey.
Does anyone know what she's talking about?
She needs a weapon. We're going to help her.
Look, yes, I know that, but she said she. Are you looking for a person here?
The witch. She is a piece of me. I don't see her.
Witch?
Hmm.
There seems to be a lot of women here. We just look around, right?
Yes. Ask questions.
I thought this place was supposed to be abandoned.
I thought it was too. It was when I put it here.
Esmeralda. The
Inside
your
again.
Your hiding place. You don't need
Uh-huh.
insight for this, but your hiding place is essentially at the base of this tree. That when you hid was a tree, but now has been crafted into a large living place
Oh shit.
with windows and a door, just like huge, probably 40-foot, 50-foot diameter tree that sits at the edge of this river in the middle of the swamp.
Right there. She points. Is it surrounded by people right now? Like, is that where the feast is?
Yes, the feast,
Yeah.
the tables are set out right
Yeah.
in front, kind of amidst all the other huts. In fact, you can
Mm.
see most of the people have sat down for dinner. Or
Which one?
there is a person rings a little bell, and out of like the shed on the side, people dressed in magenta come out with plates and begin passing food. Ismark, you can see that the food is like, lamb, sheep with some vegetables. They're clearly growing food here in a way that you have never seen in Barovia. They have potatoes and carrots, but also there's fruit. Very, very tastes great, fresh, as if.
Is it
grown.
actual lamb? It's not like
Human?
a human. Yeah.
Make a insight check.
Okay. Could it be survival?
Yeah, survival.
Thank you. What number? That's 12.
Not human. Tastes like lamb. You're a little confused how they even got some of this food. Like,
Can I, stealth up to the village?
yeah, make a stealth check.
How'd you get this lamb?
16 still.
Lydia, who seems to be some sort of leader, who's a looks like a late 20s human woman that is not from Barovia but seems to know Sarah. But she says, we have our own livestock here and we take good care of them, and on special occasions we choose to feast on the bounty that they have given us.
Oh, shit, what's the occasion?
Granny is going to choose someone today.
No, Matt, don't do it.
I was just about to say.
Granny? Look, you guys, do they all look pretty young?
Mostly in their 20s, maybe a couple in their early 30s.
I don't know if any of you are old enough to be called a granny.
Oh, no, Granny's inside. She will be coming out shortly.
Okay. She doesn't like to join us for the meal? It's kind of rude.
Well, if I may be so bold, it's rude of you to question her when you have just gotten here.
Oh, is she like your leader or something?
He talks too much and will get his head chopped off. What is he doing? From the sidelines, like, what the?
Proxy, Petra, Esmeralda, Oz sneaks away. What are you doing? He's kind of standing amongst the edge of the trees, out of sight currently.
Just so you know, my goal with that sneak away is I would like to, if possible, find a building that kind of surrounds this feast that I can like climb up on top of and then like get on my stomach and like crawl to the edge to like see what's going on.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll do the thing that I've been doing for months when I need to hide, which is I get very small and I just cast minor illusion around myself, so it's like a big rock around me.
Amazing.
Arabelle looks to you, Petra, and she says, perhaps we should have some food, and maybe we can have a closer look. There's lots of people kind of around my age. I don't know.
Oh.
We go talk to them, ask questions.
Like it.
Well, women, food. Do you have, and I like look at like everyone's belts and be like, weapon, and I'll just like reach for a sword out of somebody's belt.
Out of the rock, a hand will come out, and it's holding like a light crossbow.
Yeah, I smack Petra's hand if she tries to take my sword.
Yeah, I definitely reach for it at first. Yeah.
Hey, off.
We'll find the piece of me here, I'm sure, but I don't know which of these women she might be hiding in.
Oh, okay, if we go sit, Arabelle, you stay by me, okay? You don't do anything stupid. If you not going to die, all right? I'm not going to let you die.
I appreciate that. Don't worry, I'm not going to do anything stupid. I am incredibly smart.
Right.
She's very smart. She brought me back.
Not a big deal, but I did do that.
I'm
can
also
still-
involved in that somehow.
Okay, all right.
Thank you. Yes, Proximus was a big help, of course.
Do I see, can I see Oz, like, make eye contact with him? And just be
Oz.
like, we're going.
Can you make a perception check?
Perception?
Yeah.
21.
You're able to, really the only place that you could possibly climb on the roof is this large like shed that kind of sits to the side that you had seen people come out with some food. And you're able to kind of climb around and climb onto the top, seemingly out of sight. You do clock Esmeralda and see her signal to you.
Like, we are going.
Do I see Oz if I'm kind of on edge?
Yeah, make a perception check. You have to beat his stealth of 16.
Okay.
Pretty bad for me.
Oh, it's a natural one, but it was almost pretty good.
Almost pretty good, doesn't count.
Damn.
I just look at Esmeralda, and one hand I give a thumbs up, the other hand I unholster a pistol.
I'm gonna flip you off because you stole that from me. So
He turns the
from me to make it.
He turns the thumb up to a half heart.
She shakes her head. I love it.
No, I'd like
so I'll
to,
follow Arabelle if Arabelle's walking
Okay.
out, I guess.
I'd like-
we'll-
To meet this granny, if possible, maybe we could, I don't know, have a little meeting?
You will meet her in due time. But first, for our newcomers, Eric and Sarah. Sorry, I'm Lydia.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm Lydia.
I'm Lydia.
The best.
Sorry,
Please,
I'm Lydia.
please, you are welcomed here and eagerly awaited. And if you would please follow me, I have a very special surprise for you both. Sarah,
I tell you what, I'm not going anywhere until you tell me what's over where we're going.
she looks to you and he goes, "You are not invited for this right now. Just Eric and Sarah." She looks over to Sarah, who eagerly stands up and grabs her hand and leads her off towards the barn.
Remember what I told you, Eric?
Eric looks to
Whisper
you.
to him. You go in that barn, you may never come out.
Make a persuasion check.
Well,
It is
he's-
there.
Persuade 10.
Doesn't say anything. Stands up and follows to the barn. Yevgeny.
I'm just gonna whisper over to Tom like it was nice knowing him. He seemed like a nice guy. It's a shame. It's a damn shame.
Yeah, Tom looks to you a little wide-eyed and he says, "Is he going to die in there?
Probably, yeah.
We should leave. I don't want to be here anymore."
Tom, this is why we're here, buddy.
Yevgeny says, "This lamb is terrible."
It's a little underdone.
Yara hits Yevgeny. "Yevgeny, it's fine. Just be happy that we have some fruit." Arabelle, Esmeralda, Petra, and Proximus leave the edge of the forest and walk towards the dinner table. A couple people look to you wide-eyed and complete welcomed happiness that you have come here, and they grab your hands and they lead you over to
She smacks the head. Anyone tries to touch her, just no. No.
I'm eagerly shaking hands.
Of course.
Thank you for coming. Barras welcomes you. You're just in time for the big ceremony, please. Shakes your hand. And leads you to a table that is kind of opposite where Ismark and his entourage are sitting. And they sit you down and put the plate of food in front of you.
Do I clock Petra?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's fucking Petra. Whisper to Tom.
It's really soft.
Do you know? She seems, I don't want to be rude.
You don't know Petra? Have I not told you about Petra? She's a goddamn hero. Show some fucking respect.
Cleric. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Read a book.
He pulls out a book that says "How to Cook
Don't
Lamb."
believe everything you read, though.
How to cook lamb. Oh my god.
Oz, you
Yes.
see this Lydia. You don't know who this is, but the person who seems to be leading take these two other humans, and they disappear inside of the shed that you're sitting on top of.
Mm-hmm. Can I? Is there like a crack or anything that I can look through?
If you climb down off of the roof, there is like windows to the side. You might be able to take a peek around the back.
Yeah, I'll do.
Okay, make another stealth check.
How far away is the shed from where I'm sitting?
The 28.
It's about
Nice.
80 feet, I would say. Okay. You
Very
peek
stealthy.
inside
Creep.
the shed, and you see 5 or 6 hanging, flayed bodies.
Cool.
All of them are male,
Okay.
and on the ground beneath them are writhing mass of viscera and blood and guts
Yeah.
and bone,
Okay.
but sentient. Eyeballs poking out the side and mouths almost like trying to protrude through jelly. You can kind of hear the garbled madness from these insane creatures. And you see Lydia open the door and shut behind. She looks to Sarah, who seems a little perturbed by this, but not as perturbed as maybe you think someone should be in this situation. And you see Lydia whisper something to Sarah. Sarah looks to Eric. She pulls out a knife, stabs him in the neck.
Oz chuckles a little.
Eric falls to his knees, splurting blood from his neck. Kind of falls down to the ground. Lydia kind of grabs onto the back of Sarah and nods to her. And you hear her say through the window, Granny will be very proud of you. Sarah, I think you're going to be the chosen one today. Are you ready for that? And Sarah says, yes. Yes, I am. Please, show me to Granny. Lydia nods. She says, all right. And they leave.
They leave the shed.
Yes.
Can I stealth around to near the front of the barn?
Yes.
Can I ride that 28?
That 28 to the front.
So I see the two of them walking back to the festival, right?
Yeah.
Can I fire a gun at Lydia?
Absolutely, you can.
You love shooting first. I love it.
Okay.
Okay, roll an attack roll.
That's a 15 on the first one.
1 second.
He's got a gun.
Oh my god. They were my guns.
15 hits.
Okay, can I just roll for my attacks?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna do 2. That's a natural 1, and my gun misfires. Luckily, I have 2 of them, so I'm gonna have to spend an action to fix that. But on the first point of damage, I deal 14 points of piercing damage. So I step out of the barn. I just take out my pistol. I somehow find eye contact with Esme and just kind of like wave the pistol, point it down at Lydia, and shoot it.
Why?
And then I try to go again, and it clicks. Fuck! And I put it in my thing and take out another one, and I like open up my arms and I say, ladies and a couple gentlemen, I am so sorry to bother you for this evening, but let me present this fucked up shit. And I open the door to the barn.
As all of this happens, there is chaos everywhere. Everyone at the party shouts and screams and stands up. People are knocking over plates. Lydia, shot in the back, falls to the ground face first in the mud. Sarah, eyes open wide. You can all see now the bodies flayed inside of the shed.
Oh.
The door to the house that is made out of the tree opens. And you can see, stepping out, is a strange facsimile of a human woman. Her arms are bulbous, like almost like diseased. They have 3 or 4 elbows in her arm. Her arm is bent multiple times like a spider's. Her legs are numerous. Her body is bulbous, large. Her face is pockmarked, noxious. And she steps to the front of her house, and she immediately looks at you, Petra. And she says, Who are you? You cannot be here! And her house, that is the tree, begins to rise and come to life.
What?
The
Oh,
roots
no!
pick up from the ground
Oh,
like legs.
Oh god.
And she says,
Oh god.
Witches, come to my aid! Stop these interlopers!
What?
And that's where we're going to stop.
Yeah! Fuck yeah! We're back, baby!
I want to do the thing.
Yeah!
All right.
Oh.
Dude.
Amazing.
Wow. Thank you for playing. That was fun. It felt just like a start of a new campaign. That was wild.
That was, it really did. Yeah.
25 episodes into a campaign. It feels-
I spoke more as Oz in this session than I did in his first session.
Yeah, true. That's true. Thank you all for watching. I saw the Discord chat going wild, so get on that if you haven't. And thank you, Kelsey, for joining, as well. Esmeralda is a great character, and you're bringing her to life in a great way. And thank you to my players for trusting me after the TPK. And
Yes.
I'm excited about where this
What
will go.
a
in the
way
future.
back in.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
really
man,
exciting.
this is awesome.
Great job. This is a great way to handle it.
So good.
All right. And that's all I got. So, like always, everybody, prayers up.
Thrust
Prayers
down.
up.
What's up?
Let's go.